some of us are going to be replaced by companies and people using AI. And I'm sure that in 5 years, we'll have a robot in their household doing all the laundry and dishes, etc., and we'll be just fine with that. If you're not using AI, you're missing out, because AI is just, it's moving at a really fast pace. A lot of people are like, oh, we're going to be replaced by AI. Let's stop this transformation. It's crazy. It's going to put us out of jobs. But the thing is, in the nearest future, in the next couple of years, we will not be replaced by AI. I'm not sure what's going to happen in 3 years, because it's crazy, the pace of innovation. But some of us are going to be replaced by companies and people using AI. In fact, over 50% of companies are already using AI in their work, and 62% of creators are using AI. And there are some incredible AI tools that are making their lives easier. So in 2025, you have two options. Complain that AI is going to take over. When driverless taxis appeared in San Francisco, everyone was like, oh, they're going to cause so much damage, accidents. Guess what's happening in San Francisco now? Driverless taxis are everywhere. They look a little bit weird, but everyone is used to them now. No one is really, using Uber. Everyone's using Waymo. They're driving around. And it's crazy how we just accept this, and it became a new norm. And I'm sure that in 5 years, when some of us will have a robot in their household doing all the laundry and dishes, etc., and we'll be just fine with that. So don't complain. Start optimizing your work with AI to just keep up with the trend, because it's moving too fast. What's happening with the content side is that AI helps us create so much content. I don't know if you're noticing that, guys, but I don't see people I follow in my feed anymore. I just see people who are creating viral content. And there's more and more of that. A lot of it is generated by AI. And your goal as a creator or a company who runs a social media account, you need to focus on quality of your content and then multiply it with AI. That's how you're able to get the eyeballs. So in a few years, AI will be able to create perfect content. And what I think is going to happen, we're going to open Instagram, and because, apps are listening to what we're doing, AI is going to generate content that we're looking for exactly. You will see the person that you personally like. So this is going to be crazy in 3 or 4 years, but for now, we have to focus on multiplying ourselves. We have 2 or 3 years as a creators to make sure people remember our face and like our personal brand. So you need to start adapting to this now. So now let's get to the tools. This is one of my favorite tools. It's called Opus Clip, because I'm a long-form creator. I made my first video, long-form, how to take a GMAT, in December 2014. And I love long form, but we also have short form. We have so many different things we have to adapt to, and I use AI to help me adapt. So Opus Clip takes your long form video, creates around 10 videos that it thinks are going to perform, and I think like 2 or 3 videos out of the 10 that it creates are really, really good. So we're able to get hundreds of thousands of views just by cutting my long form videos. Another one. I travel a lot. I love traveling. My family is all over the world. We live in the US. I want to take my girls to see their grandmothers and grandfathers. But the thing is, when I travel, some brand might reach out and say like, oh, Marina, you know what? We came up with a different offer. Can you re-record the voiceover? And like, I can't, because I don't have my mic with me. I don't have my studio with me. So what we did, we're using ElevenLabs to do my voiceovers. I recorded my voice using different mics that I have. And when we need to do a voiceover, my team just types in whatever they need, and ElevenLabs just perfectly recreates my voice. We don't do that for the whole video, because it's still figuring out the emotions and everything, but it's getting better and better. Okay, this one, I love every single tool that I use. I'm sorry, I'm so passionate about all of them, but Perplexity does amazing research. I did this interview with Jake Tran, who does faceless videos, and he makes like millions of dollars a year, but I didn't have time to prepare because I was doing 4 interviews that day. So I asked Perplexity to come up with interview questions and do the research. And I was like, can you think of controversial questions? Like, don't do this vanilla talk. Let's do something interesting. Came up with questions. This interview got over 100,000 views and is still getting views. Now I'm going to give you a formula how you can start using ChatGPT and Reddit to go viral. Figure out your niche. You want to talk about creators, you want to talk about Dubai, life in Dubai. You go to Reddit, find a trending topic, like you put in whatever, like, things people discuss in Dubai. You find the topics that are trending that get a lot of votes and comments. Then you copy them to ChatGPT and tell him like, hey, I'm an aspiring creator. I want to get 1 million views on my reels. Here are the topics that are trending on Reddit, and here's my niche. Can you come up with viral scripts for these topics? But think of a hook. It's really important that you have 1 second to get people's attention. So think of a hook, think of a B-roll, and then there you go. You get a script. It also lists the B-roll that you want to get. And then you know what you do? You can film by yourself, and you could go to Sora, and it will generate all the B-roll for you. Sora is amazing. So what we do, something goes viral, we copy all the comments. We paste them into ChatGPT and say like, hey, these comments are on a post that got over 4 million views. This post went viral. Clearly people love it. You need to read the comments, figure out what people liked exactly, and come up with more topics that I can discuss. And that was the reel that I filmed at one of the Google conferences when they presented a new feature. And so ChatGPT was really good with coming up with topics. Then I copied the topics that I liked, and I said, okay, now let's do the script. Remember, think of the hook, because I want another 1 million views. I don't want like a bad performing video. And there we go. It creates the videos for you. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are assistants. You know, when people ask me, I'm an entrepreneur, I have 45 people on my personal team, and we have around 40 people on a company, in a company that helps people learn languages. So when people ask me like, how do you hire people? I say your first hire should be your personal assistant, because it's just easy to delegate tasks that you do by yourself. So now your personal assistant can be partly human, partly AI. This is the app that I use myself. It's called Magic. So what they do, they find assistants in countries like India and Indonesia. They train them to use AI to be able to integrate into American working culture. So I can have basically an American personal assistant for the fraction of the cost. And they were so good. They helped me with this presentation. They helped me with questions for some of my next panels. I love these assistants. They can make calls for you. They can book flights for you. They speak English, and they are trained to immerse into American environment. Okay, this one was also a game changer. So, you know, one of my channels is called Linguamarina, where I help people learn English, sound more American, understand Americans, because I was shocked when I came to an English-speaking country after being raised in Russia and speaking Russian language. So I wanted to help other people adapt to this new culture. So a lot of my videos are explainers. I do like 25 American idioms. And what happens, I film the video, and then we have editors who have to come up with overlays, and like text, etc. And I'm like, what if there is an app that can generate a presentation for me so I can just film myself, and the editor's job will be just to match video with the slides? This is it, Gamma app. So you go to Gamma, and you say like, hey, can you create an English language class on tenses? It should last around 30 minutes. I need examples for each tense, and I want you to generate images so that students can better understand what I'm talking about. We could have used ElevenLabs, but I didn't want it to be like 100% AI. So I did the voiceover myself. It got over 100,000 views, and it got us several $1,000s in sales, because we are also selling our services to help people learn English. It's just crazy. There is like I wasn't in the video. And this is how you can go online these days. You just ask Gamma to create things for you. Another thing for lazy people who don't like editing, it is called Descript. So what Descript does, it takes your video, converts it into text, and you can just edit the text. You cut out things you don't like, and it edits the video automatically. It's especially good if you're doing podcasts. I like to do like 2-hour podcasts, but they're really difficult to edit later on. ChatPDF. I started my research at Stanford helping a professor who's researching creator economy. So I'm the creator at Stanford, which is kind of cool and a lot of fun. But I have to do a lot of research. And they send me articles from like Harvard and other institutions. They're like, can you come up with a mind map with key thoughts? So I use ChatPDF to chat with those research papers. So basically you upload the research paper, and ChatPDF comes up with questions that you could ask to that research paper. And also if you have any questions, you're like, oh, so should I do this? Like if it's regarding nutrition or something else, just ask the question, it comes up with the answer. It's just amazing. I talked about a lot of AI tools, how you can optimize, etc. But there's one thing I want you to remember. Good stories always win. Like, doesn't matter if you used AI. Doesn't matter if your background was not beautiful enough, if your mic was having issues. If it's a good story, people will watch it. So what you have to focus on building a personal brand. So making sure you have those stories, making sure you connect with the audience. Don't just focus on going viral. Like, just pleasing the algorithm is not going to do the work, because you're going to get burned out, people are going to get tired, and the algorithm is going to change. Thank you so much. You're an amazing audience, and we have some time for Q&A.
Have you ever tried to hire a personal assistant outside of Magic? Because I wasn't aware of this app. And how is your assistant from Magic different from where you're hiring an assistant by yourself, basically?
Yeah, so I actually have two assistants. So Magic is more of my business assistant when I need to prepare a presentation, like something that has to do with work, or like work on an agreement, etc. When it's something that has to be done physically, I have a personal assistant that I try to find people through my social media. It's just easier that if they understand what I'm doing, if they know me. Yeah, I feel like I just post online if I'm looking for a personal assistant.
In content creation, how much time on average does it take for you to film? I know you have a team of editors, but for you, I'm just curious because I also juggle a couple of things. So, how do you how much time does it take from your day to actually create content?
Yeah, so when it comes to long form video, I have something that I also always recommend. I have a dedicated place where you can shoot videos. So for me, I sit down, I switch on all the cameras, and then one video takes me like 30 minutes. And I like to batch create content. So I dress up, I put on my makeup, I sit down, I create 3 to 4 long form videos. For short videos, I try to integrate them in my life. So if I'm going somewhere and I need to talk, I'm like putting on my makeup or whatever, like I'm talking to the camera while I'm doing something, or I'm packing lunch for my kids and I'm talking to the camera. But still, it's like, I would say 2 or 3 hours a day, and the rest is like office work. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're running out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
it was
Marina,
great.
for your power.